I love these, but I broke a nail and I want the exact same thing, but I need to fix her because she's broken, and these are my real nails and the other ones are long, so this is my other hand. I also broke this nail, and I broke this nail a while ago, so I want all my nails to be the same length, but I still really like this, like not design, but this polish, so I'm gonna redo my nails today using Apres. I think I'm gonna go with medium stiletto. So I'm gonna use my drill with this tip. I have no idea what this tip is called, but it gets all the polish off because it's gel polish. Normally you have to do a soak, but I like to use this on, let's see, a level 8. Oh, let's turn that around. I'm gonna get as much as I can off, and then I'll probably end up doing a soak because I don't want to go right down to my natural nail. Going down to the base color, which is this purple color, should be good enough. And then I'll do a soak with acetone to get the final layer off. All right, I'm gonna do the rest of the nails and then I'll come back to show you how I do the soak. I use these, and what I do is I normally just take 10 out. Get me some acetone. Just take the rest away. Go through and open these up. And once I have these all on, I'm gonna leave them on for 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up the rest of my fingers, and then I'll come back when I take these off to show you what I do now.
Giving us way. Have you?
So now I'm just gonna do the rest of the nails just like that. I ended up leaving it on my nails for 15 minutes. The acetone, and now I'm just removing it with this tool, which is a cuticle pusher. And then after I'm done doing this, I'm going to buff my nails to get all just like this excess stuff off that the cuticle pusher can't get. And then what do I do after that? And then I'm probably gonna cut, I don't know, I really don't want to, but I'm probably gonna cut my natural nails because there's no point in having like long ones and short ones. So I'll probably just cut them all short, start over again. The way I was able to grow my nails out this long was by using Apres. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through and do this to all my nails, and then I'll be back with the next steps. Now I'm just gonna go through with my buffer, and I'm gonna just clean up the nail area, get the rest of the gel polish off. I don't know if you can see that, so I'm just gonna have to rip that off. And yeah, I am gonna have to end up just cutting all my nails, so I'll just do that now before I file them. Sad to see it go. Now I'm just gonna go through with the cuticle nipper, and I'm gonna clean up the area just a little bit. Any like little pieces of skin that are hanging, or if there is a cuticle, because there's not much of a cuticle in that nail, but these ones have more to pick at. I'm aware that these are not very sharp anymore. I should get another pair so that I'm not tugging. I went through and I cleaned up with the cuticle nippers, and now I'm just gonna go through with the buffer. I actually saved the buffing for last because I figured, yeah, I don't know what I figured, but I saved it for last. So you can see you want your nails a little bit like scratched up, right? If you skip this step, I find that your nails are smooth, and then the fake nails just come off a lot easier. But when you do this step, they stay on forever. I get no lifting, and I keep my nails on for like 2, sometimes 3 weeks, depends how bad they look like they're growing out. My nails grow pretty quickly, so normally by 2 weeks I have to redo. And I do take this fresh set off, not a fresh set, I do take the set off every time I redo my nails. Like, I don't just fill them in. I like to have a fresh set each time. Apres Gel X Natural Medium Stiletto. And I'm gonna start the sizing. I know that my thumb is the biggest size there, so this is how you make sure the sidewalls, which is this part of your nail, is completely covered on both sides. And you don't want to press down like that. You want to just be able to place it on your nail like that. So just place it gently, and then you'll see, check both sides, and that one's good. And now we'll move on to the next finger. So this is how I know if it's too big. Let me zoom in a little bit. See how it's overhanging just a little bit there. So what you can do if the rest of your nail fits and it's just that little part is you can use a file and just file that down. I'm gonna go the size down to see, one size down, just to see how that one would fit. And see, that one is a much better fit. So I would go with this one, but because my nails, these are kind of like square, like they're kind of like this, like boxy, whereas like I have more of like a dip in my nail. So what I like to do is I like to take my file and just sort of reshape this part. And then that way it fits a lot better. Just take these little things off. So I'm gonna place my right hand, what I would be with my right hand here, and my left hand over here. And I'll do the rest of the sizing for my nails and then I'll come back. So now I have all the nails measured out and I'm gonna go through with some acetone. Let me just bring that up a little bit. Okay, so I like to use a brush for this part and I just take each nail, flip it over, take your acetone and just kind of rub it on here. And I normally go until you can't really see that number size that's on here. This just helps like the nails stick a lot better because the nail won't be smooth on the inside. It makes it etched is what we call it. It's like you're etching the inside, see? So now it's like kind of bumpy, I don't know, different textured. Because if it's smooth, then it's probably just gonna pop off your nail. If not in one day, it will do it in like a week. I never used to do this step before, but I find that when I do this step, they last forever. So I'm just gonna go through each nail and do this. And now here's what I like to do is I take some alcohol and I just go through and I wash each of the nails. This just gets all the dust off and whatever else, kind of just cleans all the oils. And I have the Apres bonder and primer, so we go with the dehydrator first. This is the bonder and I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna dehydrate all the nails. This just gets the excess oils off and ensures that your nails stay on much longer because there's no trapped oils. Here, and I'm going in with the primer. Okay, so now we're gonna apply the nails. I have my lamp here. And I'm gonna get that turned on. I've got my nails here. That's for my right hand. And I am using the Extend Gel. Wait. This one I want to use? Oh yeah, no, that's not the one I wanted to use. So I'm gonna go in with the Extend Gel non-wipe and I'm going with the HEMA free one, HEMA free. And this is one of their newer ones and I actually felt to really like it because it stays on so much longer than any of the other ones that I've tried with Apres. So I'm trying not to get the lamp too close to this bottle. Normally I have them on separate ends of the table, but because I'm trying to make a video here, I need them both to be in sight. So hopefully I don't screw that up. Okay. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go through and apply a thin layer of this to all of my nails. And then I'm just gonna put it in the lamp not applying the nails yet. I'm just putting a thin layer on all the nails. Try not to touch the skin with it. Make sure everything looks good, and now I'm just gonna put this in the lamp for 60 seconds. And now we're gonna be applying the nails. So you're gonna grab your nail, you've already sized them, you're gonna get your extend gel, and you're gonna apply it on the inside of the nail, just a thin layer. Oh, I'm out of focus. Oh, there we go. So just a thin layer inside, and then you're gonna scoop a bunch like that. That might even be too much. And then I flip the nail over and put it down like that first. Make sure the nail is straight, and then press it down until it reaches the tip. And like that. Make sure the nail is straight before you place it in the lamp. And there's a little bit of a heat spike there, so I'm just gonna pull it out for a little bit and then put it back under. And now I'm gonna show you like a trick that I learned, and it works, but it's just tedious, so I don't like to do it. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this. I found some forms. So what you wanna do is get your form underneath the nail like that. And this will make it so that you won't have this part, like this glob of stuff touching your nail. I mean, touching your skin. Ooh, I almost put that underneath the lamp. That wouldn't have been good. Okay, so let's move on to the second nail using this trick. I find it a little bit harder to do this, which is why I like to just have a little bit longer of a nail. That's just what I prefer. Again, we're gonna do a thin layer inside the nail, and then pick up a little bit of a glob in there. The bigger the glob, the more the overhang of that stuff that we don't want. So underneath the nail, underneath the lamp, I mean. And now I find it harder to do it this way with these things, so it's easier for me to just file off that little bit afterwards. I just wanted to show you the trick that I learned, and maybe it'll work for you. I personally don't like it because when you're putting the nail on now, it's harder to put it on with this tip. I guess you could cut it, like you could cut the forms a little bit, or maybe even just use, you know, the inside of the form, this part, like you could probably just use that. Maybe, I don't know how you would do it. Maybe that won't work, but I don't know. If you have shorter nails, chances are you're gonna have, and look, I put that nail on crooked because it was too hard to do. Oh, that nail's on crooked. I don't like that. I feel like I'm gonna have to take this nail off. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take this nail off and redo it because I won't be able to stand having a crooked nail. So I'll work on that after. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish the rest of the nails off of camera because it's just easier to do. But then I'll come back and show you how I get rid of underneath there, and I'll do the filing. I already went through and I filed the sides and the tips of this hand, and this is how I did it. I'm gonna go through and push down on the sides and then just file. I'm not gonna file a lot, I'm just filing just a little bit. I'm not changing the shape at all. I'm just making sure that the edges are smooth and not rough. And yeah, push down the sides like that, and then just go through and do a light file because, like I said, I'm not trying to change the shape. Nail filer, nail filing machine, I don't know what you call this. And I'm gonna grab, oops, sorry. I'm gonna grab this tip. It's like flat on the top. I really like this one for getting all the extra around the sides. It's easy to maneuver. I just turn it on. Probably gonna put it at like a 9. And I just go through like this. And just clean up the edges. So I ended up fixing the crooked nail, so it looks much better now. And I'm going to go underneath the nail and try to clean up some of this mess. I just don't want it touching my hand. Buffer, and I'm gonna scratch up the surface because the next step is painting. Now they are all filed and ready for the gel polish, so I'm gonna be using these two today. This is D&D 415. It's a purple, and then this is a cat eye gel polish with like a blue shimmer to it and a purple translucent background color to it. So I'm just gonna get started and go in with this one first as my base color. And I don't use any sort of like base coat. I just go right in. After I've filed, they're good to go. It's a really pretty purple color. Gel. I only did one coat of the D&D. This I got from Shein, actually. This color. Without a base coat though, it's not as pretty. So that's why I put that purple base coat. It makes it look really nice. And now this is a magnetic gel polish, so after I apply it, I'm going to go through with the magnet. I'll show you what I do. Just make sure the whole nail is coated. Get what's on there. Okay. Now I grab my magnet and I do little passes like that. Do the front pass. Oh, bottom here and I do a bottom pass. I don't know if that magnet's strong enough. Let me get a different one. Oh yeah, that's better. That sort of effect. And then I put it in the lamp for 30 seconds. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's that nail. I'm gonna move on to the next one. So I just finished painting them. They're so pretty. Yeah, they're fun. And now I'm just gonna put some cuticle oil on. And that is the end of this video. So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to the end, that means that you were into the entire video, and I appreciate that, so thank you. I don't make videos often because I feel like I just don't have the following that other people have. And I don't know, my videos are not top quality or anything like that. I just kind of do it on my own time. But if you're into some more videos, I do not mind making more. Just let me know below whether or not I should make some more videos. And there we have it. Thank you so much. Bye.